What is up, Sideways fam? We're back on another video, and Squire's Is300 is going to be going on dyno right now. We're just warming up cars inside right now. I got the Is300 brigade going on right now. This is for the 2JZ GE VVTi Is300's factory engine that's had GTE rods put into it with 264 cams. We went ahead and done ARP head studs, ARP rod bolts, ACL full race bearings in it. Went ahead and converted to a GTE oil pump. Got a precision turbo on it. Got a excess intake manifold with one of our custom throttle body setups, intercooler kit, powerhouse racing triple fuel pump hanger with twin 450s in it right now, and all brand new lines in the whole shebang. So I know you guys were excited about this because a lot of people want to know what it's going to make. The engine is capable of making somewhere around 700 to 750 horsepower used all the time with zero problems at all, but I'm not sure the customer is going to go that high. I know this car is going to be going through wide body and a bunch of other stuff too. He just wants the car running up and running again. He does have a decent tire on it in the rear already, a decent tire on it in the front. This is also the car we did the full suspension on. It's got the full Cusco catalog in the car. It already has ride bucket seats. It already has harnesses. It already has the RM54 transmission in it with the ACT extreme clutch kit, so he'll still be good for 700 horsepower, no problem. Shouldn't have any slippage, shouldn't have any issue. We got zero leaks going on. We got the Zeal endless brakes on this thing. We did the ABS delete. It's looking really good. So let's go ahead and get the car out of here. We already got the E85, so we're going to go ahead and start hopping on, getting on dyno. We got to be at Danny's at 2 o'clock. It's going to be a longer day today than it typically is because of all that. We got to do the pops and bangs later on and go ahead and do the T-slip and the rolling anti-lag. But the car will be going home today. And we got the next car on the schedule right now for the MK3 you're going to be seeing soon. So let's get right into it, get the car out of the shop, and let's go over to Apex USA. Alrighty guys, so it's pretty late. It's about 6 o'clock. We're starting at Apex USA right now. The Is300 is on dyno. This is Squire's car. So we're gonna get rolling right now. We had a slight little issue before we got here. We had to move a bunch of stuff around and a bunch of other normal, just typical dyno day stuff. So it's gonna be a late night. We'll probably be doing 2 step out here, which would be kind of cool. We'll need to get to the shop and do any of that crazy stuff if Danny wants. So just gonna go ahead and start getting rolling right now. We're gonna start doing drivability. We'll see what this car does. It's gonna rip. Look at that freaking grab, dude. Just straight up. So we're doing about 350 at about 11 PSI right now. We're gonna get it to like 13 or 14 pounds, and then we're gonna go ahead and start getting on to E85. It's not really that much different than any of the other NAT setups that we do. There's still 10-to-1 compression, and it's still a 2JZ VVTi. So I'm with the same setup that we typically do on all of our cars. So the horsepower difference right now isn't really much different than what we typically do. There are cams in it. So I mean, we are doing that 350, like I said, like 10.5 pounds. So I mean, the cams are helping, but as far as like the engine goes, it's what you would get with the NAT. Obviously we can exceed 400 because this has like the GTE rod inside. It's not the standard thin GE rod that will snap and break and explode. So that's the only reason why you would do a setup like this in a car like this, is just so that you can actually make more power without having to worry about things breaking or exploding. So I mean, let's see what it does. We're still excited because it's got cams in it, so we should be able to see a difference between a car that didn't have them and a car that does have them, and kind of compare and see what the horsepower gain is. There's a 400 number, guys. 407 with 364 torque. That turbo just comes in crazy, dude. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and talk about this again, because I think I might have misunderstood from all the 2JZ GTEs and the 1JZ GTEs that we do. So typically on a 2JZ GE VVTi, we get like 320 to maybe 350 horsepower on pump gas at somewhere around like 12 psi. Well, we're about 12-ish in, and we're at 400, above 400 horsepower on that last pull that you saw. So obviously you can see the cams, just like how I would expect. The cams are still going to give us about 50 horsepower, maybe even 60 horsepower based on the amount of boost that you're giving it to let it flow. So we'll see like end result. And then maybe I can get Danny to line up some graphs so we can talk about it. So we're gonna go ahead and bring the RPM up now to about 7K, where we normally do all our GTE stuff. Now that we have a rod, we can do that no problem as well. So we're gonna see what it does right now. That graph, guys, it's getting straighter and straighter and straighter. Getting dope. Alrighty, guys, so E85 is going in right now. We hit 422 on that last pull, as you guys all got to see. So we're already overachieving on a bunch of stuff on this thing, which is super awesome, because you typically don't get to get numbers like this for anyone's IS300. Yeah, so anyways, since the compressor kind of kicked on and was being super loud, we're doing way more than what any other IS300 would typically do with just a stock engine. So this is really cool to see. And then the cams is also really cool to see too, because we're definitely seeing the increase in power in that. So we're gonna get on the E right now, hopefully get to about 550 where he wants it, and then cut it and go home, because it is late. Look, it's pretty pitch black out there. Can't even see anything out there. So we're taking bets right now to see how much the car is going to make for power right now. So Squire says what, 490? 490? Yeah, Caden says
487.
487. What'd you say, Vinny?
482.
482. For 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I guess like 478.
478. Oh.
515. 515. So car is getting off the dyno right now. We're gonna go ahead and do some two-step and set up his rolling anti-lag, all the other good stuff. Two-step, anti-lag, rolling anti-lag, all the other good things you get with the Infinity. We cut it a little bit early because I guess the clutch pedal was not adjusted all the way out, and the clutch did slip one time thanks to this guy right here not listening or doing it or whatever. But anyways, just to make sure that he was able to make it home and not be stuck with any kind of drama, we went ahead and did that. So we're gonna go outside right now and watch some fun.
Keeps saying it does. Like your BTI is just wrong.
Alrighty guys, so this is gonna go ahead and conclude the video. Squire's IS300 is at the shop right now. We got a few other things to do. We gotta do some alignment stuff, work on a few little odds and ends, but the car is finished. It'll be going home probably by the end of the week. Super happy about the numbers. The turbo rips. So I mean, if I had a 1JZ or anything that I wanted to be like a track setup or drift setup, I mean, I think as far as all the turbos we've ever used, the Precision 5862 has been the best as far as spool time. That was a 68AR T4 turbo. That's the biggest T4 that you can get with the smallest blade by like any main brand big turbo setup. I believe Comp has a custom turbo they can build for us. We haven't tested it yet, nor can I really say anything about it. We'll try to do that in one of the other videos if we can get them to get the turbo like situated and made for us. I believe they have a 6065 with the 68AR as well that I'd love to give it a try. But that turbo rips. I definitely recommend it. Same setup that we typically always do. Everything's worked really well, and the car went really flawlessly. So any questions or concerns you guys got, go ahead and message me through Instagram, message me on YouTube. I do try to comment back on pretty much all the other stuff. If this is your first video that you guys have seen from me, make sure you like and subscribe. And as well, as far as in the descriptions, I will list part 1, part 2, and this is the final part for part 3 for Squire's IS. So next time, guys, peace.
See ya.